Hi folks, welcome back to the Model Railway. Hope you're all keeping well. Just an update today really to show you progress that I've made on the new lift out section. This is a new section that I built. If you looked at a previous video, you'll see that I've actually re-hung the layout room door so that it opens outwards, thereby giving me about an extra 3 foot length for the layout. Also has the advantage of I was able to realign the tracks leading up to the lift out section, and also it means that the main line running round towards the lift out section, I've been able to straighten the tracks, and I'm hoping to build a bridge here or a tunnel here, so it gives the impression that the trains are coming out straight from underneath the tunnel or the bridge. On the previous version of the layout, one thing that I didn't really like was the fact that the trains, you could actually see them coming round the bend here. It's quite a sharp bend obviously, and I didn't like seeing the train and its carriages coming around such a sharp bend, particularly at speed. Obviously on a main line you wouldn't obviously see bends as sharp as that in real life, so I'm hoping that it will give the impression at least that the train is now coming out straight through from the tunnel underneath the bridge. So that's one good advantage. The other thing I'm going to do is between the running lines, I'm actually going to put these sheets of mound board. So again, you won't be able to see trains. You won't be able to see trains coming round. You won't be able to see the sides of the train, shall we say, coming round the bend. So even if you're looking through the tunnel mouth or under the bridge, you should just be able to see the train coming head on. That's my plan anyway. We'll see how that works, and I'll keep you updated on that one. So with regard to the lift out section itself, it's very simple. I did actually manage to extend the baseboard here, so the new lift out section literally is just here. And what I've done, either side of the lift out section, I've used Hornby set track. And the reason I've used set track is because it's that much more rigid obviously, and if there is any slight movement due to fluctuation of the temperature, well, it shouldn't affect it too much. So literally all I've done is just screwed the set track down. I've used screws rather than track pins because again that would add to the rigidity of the track, and literally just screwed the set track down, and then with a Dremel and a disc cut through the rails where the lift out section is, and I'm literally just keeping the lift out section in alignment by a couple of screws either side, there and there, and goes round here again all the way on the lift out section. I've literally screwed the track down. Now this track won't be ballasted, it's literally so it doesn't really matter what it looks like, to be quite honest, as long as it's good and firm and the little screws hold the track down very, very well. It's difficult to get very small screws actually, especially ones that are flat underneath, and I wanted to get them flat underneath so that the screw actually holds the sleeper down flat, nice and firm, rather than a tapered, I don't know the correct term for it, but a tapered screw, if you know what I mean. So that's what I've used, is those very small screws, and I actually found them on the internet, and I'll post a link underneath for those. The other thing I found on the internet was a product called Protrack rail aligner. What it is, it's these, focus in here, small sections of track, or should I say not track but sleepers, which actually have like a notched, so you can actually, I don't know if you can get a focus on that, actually notch them together. So either side of the baseboard, where the joint is, you just put these down. Now I don't know whether I don't know whether I'm actually gonna need to use these. Time will tell, really, when the weather changes and the cooler evenings and the cooler days come. Even in the layout room, I've noticed things do fluctuate, so I might not use them, but I've got them anyway just in case. Unfortunately, there's no instructions or guide notes how to use these, but I guess that you have to strip some of the sleepers away from the set track or the track, whatever, and I'm guessing that you substitute the sleepers with one of these, and then you have to solder probably the rails onto these pads here. So it's a little bit involved, so I don't really want to use them unless I absolutely have to, but I'll keep you updated on that anyway. So with regard to the new fiddle yard, I've just temporarily laid some, or just placed some track down there just to see how it's going to be. What I've used the old insole frog points that I lifted from the old layout, just literally as templates for the moment, just to see how it's going to be. So before I pin all that down, in fact what I'll do is I'll just see how it's going to be, and then I'll know exactly what points I need to purchase, because I'm going to buy the new Electrofrog points in place of these ones. So so that's where I'm at the moment, and for testing purposes and to test the clearance between the running lines and also the overhang, I'm using one of my older models, which is the class 158 Bachmann DMU. And the reason I use this one for all my testing, and always have done actually, is because there is a long overhang between the front of the train and the bogie, and also the carriages are quite long, so those are actually my longest items of rolling stock for overhang. So that's what I always use it for when I'm building my platforms or putting in any new track. Just have one of those cars on each track, and make sure that you've enough space between the tracks to avoid the coaches rubbing against each other. Obviously with the set track you have to use a set track spacing, so for that I just use the good old favourite, the Pico gauge. So I use that for spacing the tracks. So that's about it, folks. I'll just show you the DMU running over the new section now, and I have to say I'm quite pleased with the way that it's all going, to be quite honest. It's a lot better than the previous lift out section, which really was over engineered, to be quite honest. And this one I just wanted to keep it simple, so literally it's just literally the plank of birch ply which I've cut to shape, and I haven't really braced it at all. Time will tell whether I need to brace it, whether it might start warping or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, this is the class 158 running over the new lift out section, nice and smooth. This particular 158 is an older model which I've actually hardwired for DCC digital control, and I'm still pleased with that old model. And to me, once it's weathered up and maybe I'll fit some lights to it, it will still look the part, really, to be quite honest. So there we are. It's all running over nicely, no derailments, no jumping. As I say, time will tell whether it all stays in alignment, but I'm really pleased with it at the moment, to be quite honest. And there we are. So that's about it, folks. A further update in a couple of weeks' time, once hopefully I've relayed the fiddle yard, and things should be getting back to normal, hopefully. And here we just get an idea of how it'll be. It'll appear as if the train is coming straight out from under the bridge. There we go. This area obviously will be a hidden section where the tight curves are, so yeah, all is good. So hope you're keeping well, folks. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk again soon. Bye bye.